Hello everyone, this is Turin here, and welcome to another Total War Warhammer live battlecast. In this game we're going to be playing Bretonnia, and we are facing off against the Beastmen. So let's go ahead and get our army set up here and take a look at the army composition, and we can go from there. So for my leadership, or I should say my lord, I do have the Fey Enchantress. The Mist of the Lady is going to be pretty good against the Beastmen, which have a very aggressive infantry faction, and tend to come in pretty high unit density, although let's take a look at what my opponent's army is like. So he does have 1,200 troops, so the Fey Enchantress drain should be pretty good. He actually has me outnumbered, but that usually is the case when you do get the Green Knight, because he does cost, like, I think when you strip him down, he costs about 1,900. So it's really, going to cut into your core army, because you could have like several groups of battle pilgrims and, a lot of other stuff for that same cost. So I'm going to take a little bit of a hit there, but I think it's going to be okay, because the Beastmen don't have like a ton of answers against ethereal units, at least from my limited experience. So let's go ahead and set up the main army like so. We do have a single group of Knights of the Realm, and of course the Pegasus Knights for their anti-large. So Knights of the Realm we'll go ahead and put back here. Anti-large versus like, Centaurs, they do well against Centaurs. Granted, Centaurs with great weapons do trade pretty well with them as well, because they have the heavy armor piercing against the 80 armor of the Knights of the Realm. It can be pretty nasty. So let's just put the Green Knight with my army for now, although we could do a little Vanguard action. That could be kind of fun. So let's put him up there and put him in group 4. What I want to do with the Green Knight is have him going after my opponent's caster. I feel like that's going to kind of be really the bread and butter, because he's very hard to peel, and if they do allocate resources to him, a lot of times they just get terror routed and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm hoping that'll work out. For our, let's go ahead and see. I just noticed some suspicious, funny business going on over here. So we're actually going to go after them with the Pegasus Knights. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and scout out the rest of his army. So Goreherds with shield, so maybe he was expecting a little bit of missile play. He does have a Brave Shaman over here, so we're going to start getting the Green Knight in position like so. And the Centaurs are fast. They have 96, but the Pegasus Knights are faster. So one of the few situations in which, you can actually outmaneuver the Beastmen in that respect. So why did they... Oh, they just stopped running because they ran into the forest. But those throwing axes will do pretty well if, like, I let them sit and fight. They'll do some good damage to my Pegasus Knights. So let's go ahead and run up and around, just kind of keep perusing over here. And those guys are definitely going to get caught. Let's actually send these guys, because he might be baiting me. Like, I have a feeling he might have some sort of other Vanguard going on over here. So let's chase for a moment. I don't know, I'm a little bit suspicious, but we haven't uncovered anything yet, so I think we're going to catch them. So we're just going to kind of push down and hope that my opponent doesn't have any tricky business up his sleeve. We're going to jump on this Brave Shaman right now. And it looks like they're in pretty hot pursuit, so I think they're going to catch him. And the Knights of the Realm, we're just going to go ahead and bring them over to the main battle. And you can see my opponent is realizing that he's being hunted now. So we're going in there pretty hot and heavy, and he is running with his guys. So we're going to run right now. And does Morker do magic damage? He actually doesn't. For some reason, I felt like he would, but we did catch those guys. But he's running. But the Pegasus Knights are going to be pretty relentless here. So let's get our Knights of the Realm over here, and he must have some other cav hidden somewhere. I'm kind of suspicious. There's some sort of a shady business going on. He appears to have Lord of the Wild, so he has Vile Tide and Devolve. So let's go ahead and just keep pressuring that caster, just trying to stress him out as much as we can as it pertains to micro. So we're just going to try and get up and around, and he did have an ambush waiting for us over there. So hopefully the Pegasus Knights can get away, and it looks like we did kind of just slip away. So I had a feeling there was some sort of funny business going on, but we're going to take some damage for sure. But it's really important to keep like force pathing, because even if like one Pegasus Knight gets stuck in there, you guys probably noticed that they kept fighting. So they do actually break right there, which is too bad. We're going to pull back right here and do a little bit of a tight formation, and as long as some of those Pegasus Knights get away, I'm feeling okay. It's great. So let's go ahead and engage across the front line. Hopefully our infantry corps can like kind of outdo him, because we did take some losses there. Granted, we did kill some of his other units as well, so it wasn't a complete wash. Great. So these guys can go up and around the flanks and pressure over there. We need to make sure to get the Grail Reliquae up front, and the Fey Enchantress, we want her to be draining. So, all right, so the Pegasus Knights are back online, so we're just going to pull them back. We did take some losses, but again, I don't think it's anything terribly devastating. And I think our infantry battle should go pretty well for us. So let's actually pull these guys here and just kind of get ready to mirror his movements. And the Green Knight, of course, we want him to kind of be pulling back, because we want it to be going after more of the squishier targets here. So great. So we're going to use a regrowth right here, and it's going to hit both of these groups of infantry that are fighting. You do have the Grail Reliquae coming, and we're going to be pushing into the back line as well. Let's pull the Green Knight over this way, and where are our Pegasus Knights? So good. So now we can just use them. We did some okay damage, but again, my opponent definitely got the upper hand there, but we do have our spears and everything waiting in the back, and I think everything's going pretty well for us in the front line. So good. So we're going to pull in here and go after this Brave Shaman. He does get a little bit of a fancy debuff on us there. I think that was a Devolve or a Vile Tide or something like that. So he's coming into the forest pretty hot and heavy like, so we're going to push in here, and we're going to get our spears and pull these guys here and get the Pegasus Knights ready as well. So while we're here, we probably want to use a regrowth on the Pegasus Knights, who are pretty beat up. Granted, sometimes you want to save that for like a combat situation, just to really get your maximum value out of that. But here I think, oh yeah, we definitely want to chase him. I was like, where are they? That thing's chasing off into the sunset. So we're going to go here, and we probably want to make sure to use our missiles a little bit more effectively. We've been a little bit sloppy with that, but our infantry corps did a good job of like crushing his front line. So let's just kind of pull back, get our bearings, and just kind of helm steep it up, because he's very heavy in the cav game. So that Brave Shaman is just like hoofing it, guys. So good. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to engage. We do have our spears here, so let's go ahead and engage like so. So we actually had a Gorbel over there as well, so I think we could use the Fey Enchantress's help. Let's go ahead and pop a regrowth right here to mitigate a lot of this damage, and we did catch his caster, which is nice, but I think the frontline engagement is really favoring us, so as long as we don't like get our Lord sniped or some other like business like that, I think we should be okay. So we're gonna get the Fey Enchantress back here for the drain. And our Pegasus Knights are taking a beating, so are our Knights of the Realm, but still, a lot of his stuff is crumbling here. So I think we're starting to turn the tide of the battle. We do have our Green Knight chasing that caster down. Oh, those are the Centaurs over there. Okay, no problem. So we're going to send our Men-at-Arms with their anti-large over there, and the big, most important thing is to make sure we don't get the Fey Enchantress wrecked. So we're just going to keep chasing in there, and I think we have some troops in auxiliary. It looks like they're winning against the Spearman herds. We do have Battle Pilgrims and other guys kind of chasing off a lot of these. So Morker is going to be using probably some of his buffs in the front line, so we definitely need to be cognizant of that. But right now, I just really want to win this backline engagement, kind of secure ourselves, and just keep chasing that Shaman down. That's going to be a great pick for us. So let's go ahead and pop another heal over here, because I think this is going to be very important, and unfortunately, those guys do shatter. They've taken quite a few beatings here, and Gorbel's going to go after the Green Knight, which I'm totally okay with. Definitely not going to be a problem at all. And the infantry battle, it looks like it's pretty much a full rout for the Beastmen. So right now we're just going to kind of keep chasing. And let's get these missiles back here. We definitely don't want them getting too crazy. And I could pull some of these guys back here. So let's actually pull these guys into the back line in case the battle keeps to develop over here. What is this right here? Oh, that's actually the Green Knight. So the Green Knight is just totally surrounding those guys. So Fey Enchantress and these Men-at-Arms are going to get in here, and they do have that drain. And this is where the Chalice of Potions would have been so nice. I really wish I had that. So Knights of the Realm, they got routed, but we'll bring them back. And you know what? For thematic purposes, let's go ahead and throw them in the wedge formation. Good. So Green Knight taking that damage like a champ. I mean, I like the idea of putting the Gorbel on him, but like all these troops, I think that's too much. They should probably just ignore him and like run around and maybe help elsewhere in the battle. Just, you know, again, just my opinion. But we're going to chase in here. Let's actually get these bows shooting over there. You don't want to be shooting at like the same target as like your infantry usually. So good. So he does get a really good Vile Tide. Very, very well played to my opponent. That was awesome. So we're going to use the Favor of the Fae on these guys. Just keep doing our thing. And let's actually collapse on this guy. And hopefully we can kill this caster right now, because that's, you know, going to be the last of his magic damage. And my opponent doing a very good job of like pulling in and out and doing that good cycle charging, being pretty effective with that. So it's, you know, definitely keeping me on my toes. And let's get this Grail Reliquae over there to help out. And it looks like he is kind of thinning us out. And of course, Morker is going to make this like battle much harder than it would appear, because they're just going to kind of keep rotating it in and out, just, you know, stressing you out to the best of their ability. So we're getting that good juicy drain in the back line, but a very good devolve from my opponent. It's going to be tough to deal with that Gorbel for sure, but that magic doing some great work. But let's see if we can kind of slip through there. And as long as these spears like keep fighting, although they may break because we don't have a Grail Reliquae or anything back there. So yeah, so our troops over here are fighting pretty efficiently, so let's just kind of keep cleaning these guys up. And it looks like Morker did rout like a lot of our main army, so we're going to pull back over here, and you know, we're really going to count on this Death Star and the Green Knight to kind of pull this game out for us, because I think a lot of his Cav and other like serious threats here are routing, so we need to save our last Winds of Magic reserves to deal with that, or to heal our Green Knight, because he's kind of our lifeline as we invested so much in him, guys. So as long as we don't start suffering army losses, I think we'll be okay, because it looks really bad right now, because, you know, Morker and the boys kind of shattered a lot of our frontline army, but in reality, like a lot of those units are going to disappear. Those what's it called? What are those things called again? I'm totally blanking. So anyways, let's go get this caster right here. He's charging in with the chariot, and I think we should be able to get him here. So we get a nice little attack there. We also hit him again, and let's get these Spearmen at Arms to go after the Gorbel. We don't need to like have everything on the same target. And let's go ahead and heal the Green Knight up here. That's going to hit that big blob. And what do we have here? So we have a Grail Reliquae and some Battle Pilgrims. Still fighting the good fight, but yeah, he's chasing us down. Hopefully Morker is like running out of those staff charges. That's going to be really, really important for us. So we do kill that caster, which is pretty great. He does get another good charge on us though. So he's getting that nice, juicy, sweet downhill charge. But as you guys can see, the Green Knight is in pretty good shape, and a lot of these bestial units are probably going to rout here. But we mostly have peasants, so I think we want to pull the Grail Reliquae back here and just chase down this Gorbel. Kind of keep him honest here, because the Gorbel is a very powerful unit. We need to like keep the pressure on it to the best of our ability, so we're going to keep the Fey Enchantress relatively back and just kind of keep chasing this guy down. We've kind of conceded this part of the battlefield to a large extent. I mean, we have, what do we have? We have some troops probably coming back somewhere over here, but yeah, we can, oh, those are Chaos Spawn, so we don't want to be messing with the Chaos Spawn. They're pretty scary dudes. So as soon as they wear off, we need to just kind of get our bearings, get the, what's it called? And the Green Knight needs to chase this stupid Gorbel down. And our Gorbels immune to psychology? I don't think they are. So let's try and chase these troops off the battlefield, although they're pretty tattered. So we get a good charge there, do some damage, and the Fey Enchantress, let's use the Favor of the Fae right here to make that guy just that much better. And we do actually have some troops that might be able to re-engage and like start cleaning up some of the scraps on the periphery of the battlefield. So unfortunately, like our whole peasant mob horde is like mostly tattered. But look at this Grail Reliquae just fighting, but you know, the Chaos Spawn, there's 9 of them there. That's the Bounce of Power. Once we can like get that under control, I think we'll be okay. It's incredibly tough to tell, but that's kind of the thing with the Green Knight. It's a very like all-in type thing. Like you really need to get your money's worth out of him, or else you're probably just going to lose. So Gorbel here is taking a little bit of work. Fey Enchantress is still eager, which is solid. So Yeah, Knights of the Realm are even shaken. So they're, yeah, we're gonna be fighting a tough fight here for sure. So, and I think that Grail Reliquary is offline now, so we're just gonna have a bit of a last stand with the Fey Enchantress and what's left of this like haggard peasant mob. But look, we actually caught some of these Ungors with these Battle Pilgrims who are wavering. His guys aren't, so he's probably gonna win that battle right there. So I think we did kill the Gorbel. Let's see what his HP is, 900. So we definitely want to finish him. So maybe we just send these guys, and then we can take the rest of our troops, and let's go ahead and group them like so. And we're just going to send the Knights of the Realm to chase down the Gorbel and kind of keep them off the battlefield. But I'm hoping those Centaurs actually routed, because if they don't, they turn around and they're able to like re-secure that Gorbel. Man, that'll be really tough. So, okay, let's go ahead and posture up here in the forest, get these guys over here. And it's too bad I actually got rid of that ability that makes it so the Green Knight heals when he's in the forest. Like, I never bring that because it's like such a conditional thing, but that's the one downside about not being as familiar as I should be with the map. But balance of power, now that all those Chaos Spawn are gone, like, it's looking better. So that's something that, like, when you guys are playing against Morker, don't, like, give up and, like, when the balance of power is, like 30% in your favor, it's not over by any means. Like, the game can still, you know, it can be done. So let's go ahead and move our troops down. My opponent does have his raiders waiting in the brushes, and I think this is actually job plays. All right, right on, man. Good game so far. This is awesome. This is a great cockfight. So we might get enough for one more heal with Arcane Conduit. So it's on a bit of a cooldown here. So, oh, look what we found. We found the goodies. So let's go ahead and engage them before like Morker can get in position. In the meantime, we'll just kind of get our guys up on the high ground. And the Gorbel has been chased off the map. So now we can pull our Knights of the Realm back. And he does get a little bit of an engagement here, but I'm hoping we can like finish off these guys. So a pretty good ambush laid by my opponent. The second one this game, man, he's just been all over me. So does he have any troops here that are really low? So maybe we keep these guys back and just engage here, because he is going to get another Spirit Essence of Chaos. So, all right, so we're getting that drain. Let's go ahead and pop this on the Green Knight to make him, you know, just that much sturdier and scarier. And we need to keep the Fey Enchantress in good health, because if she gets popped, like, we're just straight up going to lose. So we're going to pull her back here, and she is incredibly swift, guys. So I think both of these guys are above 20%. It's really hard to tell. So let's pop Arcane Conduit, and let's get one of these peasants to kind of run over into the forest and chase those Ungors. Although, honestly, I should probably just, yeah, it looks like we do get a bit of a terror out there. So I think we're just going to kind of chase with the Fey Enchantress and then use the peasants. We probably just want to keep them away from Morker to the best of our abilities, because I don't know how many, like, summons he has left, guys. So we're going to go here. We're going to get these knights running around the far side. Just kind of try and chase down as many missiles units as we can. And Morker's doing a pretty good job. So I think we just ignore him and go around and just like chase down all the, you know, the Beastmen units and try and get army losses, because it's going to be tough. But he does get that other Spirit Essence of Chaos, and oh, that's just so nasty. So I probably should have kept that guy back, but you know what? It's a-okay. So we're going to start getting these guys. They are shaken, and we again will get one more Earthblood, I think. And the Green Knight isn't near his healing cap, so yeah, what are we going to do with these guys? Man, that is some rough stuff. So let's just kind of keep chasing down these units like I mentioned before, and just run from those Chaos Spawns. So good. So we get those guys down. Let's go ahead and push over here and see if he has any other units. So he does have some Ungor Raiders. So let's go get those. And I think if we wait out these Chaos Spawns, so these guys are obviously not going to get away. So we have them turn and fight. So let's just start gooning around with these two, and in the meantime, we can just have these other troops on the high ground. They could just rest, because I think that's everything Morker has as it pertains to using his like drains and other abilities like that. So good. So let's get the Green Knight, just chase these guys down. They're all shattered. It looks like there are some Centaurs over there with throwing axes. So I'd like to get those guys off the battlefield, because that's something that can kite and good, so they're gone. So right now, we just got to wait out the Chaos Spawn, and we do have enough for an Earthblood relatively soon. I think we will. So yeah, very close, long fight, man. So I guess it's just going to come down to like a bit of a last stand here, but we can't mess with those Chaos Spawn. If we stand and fight with those Chaos Spawn, we'll probably lose this. Even the Green Knight, because even though he has that fat resistance, those guys, their weapon strength will be enough to like put him down. So let's regroup with our forces, run over there on the high ground, and how many do we have left? 47. They're shaken, and then let's take these guys out of that stupid wedge formation. I feel like it's cost me this game. And we do have that. So let's go get that one big heal, and then we'll give the Mighty Job Plays a final showdown. So these guys are wearing down. They're degenerating. But man, yeah, it's crazy when you look at it, like in hindsight, how strong those guys were, like before they didn't degenerate like this. Like even with like Raised Dead, like I just remember seeing so many units summoned. But yeah, very well played to my opponent. He's laid just sneaky traps all freaking game, just catching me off guard, just wrecking me. And that initial thing with the Pegasus Knights, I thought it would be like right here. So once like we cleared this area, I was like, oh, you know, there's not going to be a trap or anything like that. But so let's go ahead and regroup. We do have this Earthblood and Favor of the Face, so we might as well pop this. And let's go ahead and get that fat, juicy heal. So this is going to be nice. It's going to hit all these troops, and the Chaos Spawn are, you know, just degenerating now. They have about 2,000 HP left, so I feel like I should attack. I feel like I should just go in there, but we'll just kind of hang tight right here and just start marching down the hill. And yeah, they're coming right now, so we can fight them maybe. I don't know. Do we want to? It's so risky because Morker, I don't know if he has another Staff of Ruinous Corruption. So that's the thing. Like if he does, like he could easily just like mass route all this stuff. So he has the Ungor Raider, so maybe we just go down. Yeah, let's just go and fight. I don't want to just sit here and wait him out. But we already did that enough. So we're going to push in here and get the Knights pushing onto those Chaos Spawn. The Fey Enchantress is going in hot and heavy, and we're going to use the Favor of the Fey. So we're going to give him that epic last stand he deserves for this this good battle here. So we get a good charge in there. Those guys should be pretty close to degenerating right now. And the peasants are coming in, taking a little bit of firepower. They are shaken, but they're pretty much always shaken. So good. We're getting in there. That perpetual drain is going to do so good. And you can see the Chaos Spawn have 300 HP. So they're just going to start like crumbling like bricks, right? Well, bricks don't crumble, but I don't know what the expression is, guys, but whatever it is, that's what's going to happen to those guys. So good. So we route those guys off for the most part. The Green Knight and the boys, and we need to kill these Ungors for sure. So the Fey Enchantress, we're going to kind of keep her over here to shatter these guys off. And it looks like, man, this is just such a close battle. Look at this guy, just an epic cockfight versus the Green Knight. I think that Morker would probably win, but we do have the Fey Enchantress still, so we need to finish these missiles because the Fey Enchantress is squishy to missiles. So if they just sit there and pepper her, like, she'll take a lot of damage and it will not be fun. So good. So we're pushing on these guys and wavering and just about to die and go, go, go. Okay, they're broken. Great. So hopefully they'll just shatter and stay off the battlefield. I don't know. They might come back, but regardless, I think these two can double team Morker well enough that you know, we can hopefully get him off the battlefield. He is pretty close to his healing cap, so even if I do lose the Fey Enchantress, and does he have more troops coming back? Oh, I think they're going to come back. They're at -3 right now, so I think I just push over there with the Fey Enchantress and make sure they stay off. And let's see, does he have anything else on the battlefield? He has some Ungors over there, and let's go shatter those guys and just kind of make sure it happens. And are they going to come back? It looks like it. -6. They're thinking about it. I don't want to take volleys. I do not. So we're going to rear charge him right here. He is shaken. That rear charge probably should break him. Yeah, it sends him down to a -117. So, man, what a good battle. Goodness gracious. He had so many sneaky traps there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the breakdown and see how things went there. But yeah, so Battle Pilgrims did well. And it was interesting because he had that like dual prong. He had a huge mobile force. So I detached a lot of my troops from the front line. And then when I did that, he was able to like end up winning that front line. So I just then had this big force with Morker, but thankfully, we were able to isolate the Gorbel and a lot of those other guys. So very well played to Dob Plays, man. That was awesome. So again, look forward to fighting you again on Ladder Man. Hopefully we can have some more epic battles. And guys, thanks again for watching. And I got more content coming soon.